He had so much gold that his servants lost count. He had more land than 3 generations could walk in a lifetime. And when he died, his house was completely empty. Not of furniture, not of gold. Empty of anyone who grieved for him. This is the story Guru Nanak told about the richest man in the village, and the one question nobody around him had the courage to ask. In the time of Guru Nanak's travels across the Indian subcontinent, he passed through many villages, some prosperous, some poor, some broken by drought or conflict. But one village he visited had a peculiar kind of suffering. On the surface, it was thriving. Fields were fertile, the market was busy, children ran well-fed through the lanes. But there was a heaviness to the people, a silence beneath the noise. Guru Nanak noticed it immediately and asked his companion, Mardana, "This village has food and trade and shelter, and yet the people walk as though they are carrying stones. Why?" Mardana pointed to the largest house at the center of the village. "That house belongs to Dhaniram. He owns most of what you see here, and he makes sure everyone knows it." Dhaniram was a man who had inherited wealth and doubled it through sharp dealings, hard negotiations, and an almost obsessive need to acquire more than anyone around him. He was not cruel exactly, but he was not kind either. When farmers had poor harvests and came to borrow grain, he lent it at steep interest. When merchants needed capital, he gave it and took a share of their business in return. He gave just enough to keep people dependent and never enough to set them free. His name was spoken in every home in the village, but it was never spoken with warmth. Guru Nanak and Mardana were welcomed into the village, and that evening a small gathering assembled under a peepal tree to hear Guru Nanak speak. Dhaniram came too, sitting at the front, as was his habit everywhere he went. Guru Nanak began by asking the gathering a simple question. "Tell me, what does a man take with him when he leaves this world?" Various answers came. Some said his deeds, some said nothing at all. Dhaniram said firmly, "His reputation." Guru Nanak looked at him gently. "Let me tell you about a merchant I once heard of," he said. "This merchant worked his entire life to fill his house with gold, and he succeeded. Every room had chests of it. He told himself, 'This gold is my security. This gold means I will never be helpless. This gold is proof that I matter.' But one night a strange thing happened. A wandering sadhu knocked on his door asking for water. The merchant refused, fearing the sadhu might see where he kept his wealth. The next night, a widow came asking for 2 handfuls of flour for her children. He turned her away. It was late. The grain was locked. And so it went, year after year, always protecting, never giving, always calculating, never trusting. When the merchant died, the whole village came to his house, not to grieve, but to see what he had left behind. His gold was still there, every chest of it, untouched. But not a single person wept. The gathering was quiet. Guru Nanak continued. The house was full, and yet it was the emptiest house in the world, because a man had lived there for 60 years and had not left a single trace of warmth in another human heart. Dhaniram said nothing, but those who were watching said his jaw tightened, and he did not stay until the end of the gathering. That night, Mardana asked Guru Nanak, "Do you think he understood?" Guru Nanak smiled. "The seed has been planted. Whether it finds soil, that is between him and the Wahiguru." Some say Dhaniram changed after that night. Some say he didn't. But every person in that village who heard the story changed a little. Because we all have a bit of Dhaniram in us. That small voice that says, hold tighter, protect more, trust no one. And this story is Guru Nanak's quiet answer to this voice. Guru Nanak did not teach that money is evil. He taught that money without compassion is a locked chest in an empty house. True wealth, in his teaching, was not measured in gold. It was measured in how many lives were lighter because you were in them. Nanak says, "Only that wealth is true, which is earned with honest hands and shared with an open heart. There is a life where you accumulate, protect, guard, and die full, but alone. And there is a life where you give, trust, connect, and die having mattered to someone. The second life asks more courage, but it is the only one that leaves something real behind. Here is the question Guru Nanak is really asking you today. When people speak your name after you are gone, what feeling will come with it? Relief? Indifference? Or genuine love? You still have time to decide.